What's going on, guys? I'm Mike Pouncey, former center for the Miami Dolphins. I'm here with Coach Fred and my brother Marquise Pouncey, former center for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let you guys know that Twin P is official liquor, the Common Man Podcast. Bottoms up, Twin P, best. Gotta drink some more.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, man, Coach Fred here. Common Man, Drive at 5. We got a special guest for y'all. A young man that I've known for a long time, man. In the business, tremendous person, great coach. And like I said, just somebody that I've known for a long time. And it's been really, really good to me. As a friend, as a coach, we've stayed in constant communication throughout both of our stops. Wherever we were, we kind of stayed in contact with each other. And, just speaks to him. When he became a head coach, he still was in contact with me, your boy, little old me, as he was the head coach at a prestigious university, and you know who it is. But before we bring him in, like we do every show, as we wait on the masses to come in. It's Twin P, Tropical Distilleries. We want to thank those guys for being the sponsors of the show. And to make sure that we have a solid show, we always toast it with some of that Twin P, and that's what we're doing. Here's to a great show. Now that we got that out the way, man, let me bring him in. But before I bring him in, I'm going to try to give some of his accolades, man. He's entering into his 4th season at the prestigious Tuskegee University. He is no stranger to the SIAC conference, as he's coached at Miles. Like we said, he's there now as the head coach. He's had great players throughout his stint. He is a Mobile legend. Alabama boy. I think he actually cut a record with Rich Boy, but I'm going to let him tell y'all a little more about that, as well as we bring in with a big welcome my boy, Coach Aaron James. Aaron James. Coach, what's happening?
What's going on, Fred? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing, man? Thank you for your time.
Man, thanks for having me, bro.
No doubt, man. I know you guys have kicked off with your summer workouts, just like, pretty much everybody else in the country, man. So, I just say thank you for taking out your time from your schedule to come ride with us for a little while, man. The Common Man Drive at 5. And let's dive into it, man. Talk about your program, talk about you, talk about football, get your insight on some stuff, and we'll kind of go from there, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm able to have some guys on campus for summer school. That's a blessing. The president came in and, gave me the opportunity to have some guys on campus, him and my AD. So it's going to be big for us this year. This is the first time, and this is one of my 3rd season that we, able to have some guys on campus for the summer. So, I mean, that's pretty good for us.
Well, that's a big time thing, man. That tells me that you've got the administration's backing, which is always huge. And you know how that goes, man, when we talk about backing. When you got your administration backing, man, that's a huge deal. But before we get into the meat and bolts of this thing, man, before, let everybody get to their car for the drive home after work and get a chance to listen to you, let's throw it all the way back, man. Let's throw it all the way back to 12th grade, Mobile, Alabama.
No, Pritchard, Alabama. Oh, hey, come on now. Hey, you got PA.
It's the difference. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good.
Man, throw it back, man. Let's talk about that time, man, and where you started becoming who you are, man. So we throw it back to your junior year. In Pritchard. Let's talk about that a little bit, man. What was the driving force for you?
Man, I played for a legendary head coach, Ben Harris. this summer he is the first and the only head coach in the state of Alabama to be inducted into the National High School Hall of Fame. So, that's big time, legendary. To be coming from a small town that I say I grew up in Pritchard, Alabama, and I mean, just to play for him at Matty T. Blunt High School, where, he set records as winning championships and everything, and just going undefeated my senior year, and was able to get a scholarship. That was big, man. But just having that camaraderie with guys that I looked up to as coming up in middle school. Sherman Williams, he played with the Cowboys, played with Alabama. Damian Craig played my same position. Angelo Willard played defensive end at Auburn. And it's just, I mean, the list goes on, man. We just had so many guys in that small community just wanted to play football. And Coach Harris came in with a vision. I think he had his first year, he only had like 15 to 16 guys that came out. Yeah, to come out to practice. And then his third year, that's when he ended up winning the championship. So, like I said, he came in with boots on the ground, and he turned that program around.
So, that's one of your early mentors in it. You mentioned some of the alumni from the same high school that you played at. And when you talk about, mentoring and guiding you the right way, you sit behind Damian Craig for a year.
No, actually, Damian, my freshman year, I was coming in when Damian was leaving.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was on the sidelines,
watching Damian.
Actually, watching the game, waterboard, and all that stuff. But like I said, I looked up to all those guys, man. And like I said, when the opportunity came for me, going undefeated my senior year, I mean, that was big time.
So obviously, you grew up in the same community with those guys. So, back then we used to go outside and play, So those guys being 3-4 years older than you, speak to how that was, man, just, realizing, I guess, who they were becoming and who you were wanting to be, and then to realize that, man, Damian Craig going to one of the big deals in Alabama, Auburn. For a neighborhood guy to do that, man, what was that like for a guy like yourself watching that?
Man, it was good. I'm going to tell you this story because I didn't always play quarterback. So when I got to Blunt, I was a defensive back. Came out, started my freshman as a nickelback my freshman year, and we always played the Poway Classic against Williamson, the first game of the season. And T. Martin was the quarterback over there at Williamson at the time. So we playing against each other, and I dropped 3 interceptions in the first game. 3 interceptions. So after the game, my defensive coordinator, he was like, Coach, I mean, like, James, what you didn't want to catch the ball and go down and score and get your name in the paper? What's going on? I mean, just talk to me. But during that time, I was staying in Viger's district. So Blunt and Viger, the tracks divided the schools because you only had 2 schools in the city of Pritchard at the time, 2 high schools in the city of Pritchard. So I was out of district, and some of the coaches that was in the Viger area wanted me to come to Viger, but I decided to go to Blunt. So long story short, I had to stop playing varsity football my freshman year and just play freshman. So ended up going out there to practice, throwing the ball around, and Coach Harris saw me throwing the ball because it was one day the quarterback didn't show up to practice. And I'm out there just throwing the ball around. He was like, James, man, you can throw the ball. What you need to be a quarterback. So that's how my story started at quarterback. So
off of dropped interceptions.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm just saying when I had to sit out from playing varsity football. So, but other than that, man, that's how my career started at quarterback. And I've been a QB ever since.
And you take off from there, man, and you just spoke to winning the state championship, man, which is big because not everybody, and I think people take it for granted, man, but not everybody wins a state championship in their career, man,
No.
as a coach or as a player. And to win that is a big deal, So you win that. Now you're playing. Are you running track if I'm not
No,
mistaken,
I
Fred.
was a dual sport. I was playing football and basketball.
Now
I
they
played
tried to
both.
get you to come. They tried to get you to come out to track. I did a little research
It was I dipped and dabbled with track a little bit, but
early
it
on,
wasn't
but you didn't
really
want to stick with it.
it wasn't really my thing. I just did
Okay,
track just for just to really just get out of school
something
to go to the
something to
track
do,
meet.
something to do. Right, something to
Yeah,
do. Okay,
exactly.
but the main sport, football, of course, and then basketball
Hmm.
being the next. You complete the state championship. Not only do you win state, but you win it undefeated.
Undefeated, and that's like you said, that's big. It's big to win a championship, but to go undefeated, you have to win. I mean, that bull's on your back week in and week out. And the crazy thing about it, our junior year, we ended up going to the championship, but we ended up losing to Homewood. So my senior class, we just told everybody, hey, we gonna come back and we're gonna have to do it the right way. And like I say, our senior year, we came and it was no stopping. We dominated everybody we played.
Speak to that, man, because and we'll move on. But I always wonder, when you get to about game 8, you're
Hmm.
8-0. You start to hearing the chatter in the neighborhood. You
Hmm.
start to hearing the chatter in the hallways. And like you said, every time you get off the bus Friday night, somebody's got a sign up saying undefeated no more after tonight, right?
Yes.
What is the if you can remember back, man, what's the mindset, man? What are y'all telling each other, player to player, brother to brother? Like you said, you went 11th grade. Here we are,
Hmm.
our senior year. We got the same opportunity. What is that locker room? What is practice like? What are you telling each other?
Man, practice was intense. We practiced on a dirt field. I mean, that's what it was back in the day. We practiced on dirt field, and when we played our rival school, which was Viga High School, they was 6A, we was 5A. And the thing about it, both of us was undefeated going into that game. And I think they was 6-0, we was 6-0. So, the guys knew going into that game that we really had to put on the show. I mean, the house was packed. You had guys hanging off the side of the road on the interstate, parking their cars, looking over into the stadium at the game. And like I said, it was an atmosphere that was unknown, man. As a high school kid, and like I say, the whole city of Pritchard, you got 2 high schools in that city. And when I said that game was packed, it was jam packed. Guys all on the sidelines. So coming out and you looking at the people in the stands, and this is your community. This is your community. This is your backyard. So you got the other school on the other side of the track. It's their community as well. So, like I said, to just feel that energy and knowing that this game really meant something for us to be under both teams to be undefeated, and then just to have the bragging rights of the city and of the community, man, it was good. And then we ended up winning the game 10-7. Hey, that was a tight game. When I say it was tight, it was tight. But like I said, we ended up winning 10-7. And then, like I said, we just after that game, we finished the season. We was ranked 18th in the nation. We was ranked that year 18th in the nation.
USA
So
Today.
USA Today, and I mean, had a good season. I ended up 5A Player of the Year. Ended up playing in the Mississippi Alabama All-Star game. I mean, it was all kind of accolades that saying after my senior year. So I mean, it was good, man. It was good.
So you win it. You now getting to. There was only one signing day then.
Yep,
So now, there's some decisions to be made, right? What was all on the table for you?
man. Oof. I had Oregon State. I had Oregon State. They was recruiting me and my defensive back, my homeboy, uh, Larry Casher. But the thing was, before I was supposed to go on my visit, another quarterback had already committed. So during that time they was gonna stick to whoever committed first. So that's when they reached back out to me and told me that the guy had already committed, so it wasn't no use for me going out and everything of that nature. But when I flew out to Texas Southern, I committed with them first. He was Texas Southern first, and the deal was, like I said, I was a dual sport guy, and the coach was like, shoot, you can play both sports. I got you. You can play both sports, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. Say less. I'm here. But then when I got back home and told my parents, they were like, you committed and without taking your other visits and sitting down and talking to us? I said, yeah. They were like, no. My mom was like, no, you need to take your other visits, So I ended up going to Alabama State. I was supposed to be going to A&M, but it was an ice storm came through, so I couldn't make it up there on the hill. I took a visit to Morris Brown. I took a visit to Morris Brown almost got me too. Morris Brown
I bet they did.
Atlanta almost got me.
They did.
Yeah, Atlanta almost got me. And then I came here to Tuskegee, man, and it was, when I say it was a different vibe, different feeling just stepping onto this campus. Then I had a couple of guys that played at Blunt with me. But like I said, it was just something about Tuskegee that had me just wrapped up. I mean, and here it is, full circle. I'm back here as the head coach.
So you make that decision. You go play there. Was the infamous shed in effect when you were there?
Oh yeah, the shed been here since they built the stadium.
The shed has been the shed.
It's been the shed. It's been the shed. But like I say, everything has been. I mean, with the upgrades and stuff now, but back then it wasn't like that. I mean, everything is brand new now for the facilities and everything like that. So.
Right. So we get to it, man, and you make the decision, go to Tuskegee. You have a career there. You play for who is now your boss, your AD, right? You play for him.
No, I didn't play for Reginald Ruffin. I played for Rick Cummings.
You played for Coach Cummings. Okay.
Yeah, Rick Cummings.
Okay.
Yeah, the slick Rick.
Yeah, Coach Cummings. Yeah. Okay. So I missed that one. So you played for Coach Cummings. You have a career there. At some point, the coaching bug jumps into you. Mm-hmm. Was that always what Coach James wanted to do, or something that happened there that said, you know what, I want to get into this profession?
It was something, I guess, when I had the opportunity to go play over in Canada, but during that time, I wanted to get my degree. I wanted to get my degree, and then I came back and was a student assistant. And during that time, that's when I really just saw myself, hey, I can do this for a living. And like I say, it stuck with me ever since.
So you get that opportunity, you finish your degree, and then at that point, what's the next move for Aaron? You know what I mean? As far as in the business, because, your bio is about, it's long, right?
Yeah.
And, trying to piece it together and what kept you in it, because at times it looked like it was just kind of I don't want to say standstill, but it was moving slow, so to speak. So you leave the student assistant world and you head off to where?
When I left Tuskegee when I graduated, I ended up going to Bullitt County High School down the road in Union Springs. And I did a half a year there. I did a whole season. And the thing about it, with having friends and who in this business, that's what it is. Yes. So the O-line coach that was at the time here, when I was a student assistant at Tuskegee, Ted Baher, he ended up getting the head job at Clark Atlanta University when I was at Bullitt County. So he reached out to me. And asked me. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to Clark. I got a QB job open. Do you want to come? Do you want to take it?" I said, "Yeah, I'm there. I'm with you." So I ended up. That's when I started my full-time coaching gig at Clark Atlanta. Left Clark. I was at Clark for 5 years. Ended up getting let go there. So full circle again. I was searching for a job after Clark. So one of my high school, well, actually, he was ahead of me, Derek Burrows. He played at Blunt High School back in the days as well, played in the NFL for the Buffalo Bills. And, he ended up getting a job at Lane College. So he reached out to me. He was like, I got a QB job open for you. Do you want to take it? I said, yes, I'm there, coach. Ended up going there for 1 year, one season. All right. So now, with me being at Lane College, another thing, friendship, circle, all about who you know. Reginald Ruffin, he was the defensive coordinator here at Tuskegee when I was a student assistant. So now when he get the job at Miles College, he called me. He was like, James, I got this QB spot open for you. Hey, you want it? I said, Coach, I'm there. And it's a crazy story. He'll probably tell the story too. I had a Honda Civic, a two-door Honda Civic at the time. So I had a roommate, which is my O-line coach now here with me, Chris Patterson. So he was my roommate. So when I got that call from Coach Ruffin, I was like, yeah, I'm there. I'm coming. So I told my roommate, whatever don't fit in this Civic, hey, you can have it. I packed that Civic down and I hit the road, headed to Birmingham. Got down to Birmingham, did 9 years there at Miles College. We had a hell of a run down there, 4 championships, back-to-back 18 and 19 championship there. And then another thing happened from there. My body of work was showing at the time when I was coaching as offensive coordinator. So Terry Sims at Bethune-Cookman called me. He called me. He was like, James, hey, I got a job. I got an offensive coordinator job. Do you want it? I'm like, damn. I like, Coach, I just closed on the house. I'm talking about literally. I just closed on the house. That was at the end of May. I just closed on the house. So I talked it over with my wife and everything. So she was like, hey, it's for you, If the opportunity, there's opportunities for you, and hey, go ahead and make the decision, go ahead and take it. So like I said, when I was there at Bethune-Cookman, hey, I went down there to Daytona on the beach, and then went there for another 1 year down there at Daytona. And again, full circle. Here we go with this circle again. So at the time, Reginald Ruffin, which was my head coach at Miles, he ended up getting the head job and AD job here at Tuskegee University. So he reached out to me. He was like, James, I know you just got down there, Bethune. I got this head job at Tuskegee, and I want to bring you in as the head coach in waiting. I say, head coach in waiting? I'm like, at my alma mater. I said, man, all this stuff is happening, just back to back. And, I sat down with Terry Sims. I mean, good coach, good dude, and he was just honest with me. He just told me, hey, Jane, that's a good opportunity for you, your alma mater, and then you have the time to lead your program, your school. So I ended up coming here, being the offensive coordinator and QB coach and head coach in waiting. And after that first year, when Reginald Ruffin stepped down, that's when I was named the head coach. So it's been a ride, brother.
Man, and I met you maybe your second year at Miles when I'm coaching at Pearl River. Is when you start coming through recruiting there. And I don't know what year that was, but we've been friends ever since, man. And that's been, big time. And I appreciate you. My producer just dropped in. That's why everything looked a lot better. I just hit the button go, and then he makes everything else look real good. My guy, Zach, man. Zach, you pop in if you want to, man. Zach's a Mobile boy. He's not Pritchard, but he's Mobile.
Okay.
We do a little thing with our deal as well, as far as the podcasting with FCS, 1AA football. We cover it all. The Blue Bloods. I think you've probably seen that. So we hit that deal. But back to you, man. Zach's acting shy, man. He don't want to get in, but he was the one that was like, "Oh, Mobile legend. You got a Mobile legend." He said Mobile. Pritchard legend. Let me correct Zach. Yeah. Pritchard legend. Pritchard
Come on,
legend.
Zach. Come on, Zach.
Pritchard legend. So, and then I faced you at Cookman, man, and you were essentially the reason we didn't make it back to the SWAC championship game in 21. Yeah. So I got a middle finger to you for that. But I got over it. But to get that call, man, to come back to not only your alma mater, but the prestige, man, the tradition, that comes when you hear Tuskegee football, man, to get that call that, hey, just come on and it's going to be yours in a minute. I mean, that had to be, I don't want to say breathtaking because that sounds like, a movie or something like that, but that had to be a different kind of feeling.
Yeah, it was a different feeling, and it didn't really hit me until I sat in his office. It didn't really hit me until I sat in his office, and I'm like, man, I'm really here. I'm back home. Back home, and then fortunately, in the future, leading this university, man, where I put in the sweat, the blood and the tears. I mean, it was an amazing feeling, man, just to know that, well, something I really helped build back in the days, I'm here in the flesh now to really, take the bull by the horns.
And then you get it, and then college football flips upside down. Rule changes,
Oh my goodness.
the subtraction of rules, rules that used to help the Division II level per se are no longer in effect. The world as you knew it is no longer that. At that point, it's almost like you just got to erase the whole board and start all over. Because what had made Tuskegee so successful now is now going to be really, really challenging because it's going to be basically shake it up, pull out, and see who you can hold on to. So what was the when the world flipped upside down, the football world flipped upside down, man? What was the first backstop you had to put in place?
I mean, it's just, you gotta you gotta re-recruit your kids that you got on campus. I mean, you just gotta re-recruit them, and then just try to keep everything intact, which is hard because you got guys that's leaving for different reasons. Some of them don't want to compete. They think that it's the grass is green on the other side, and you have some that just, their talent is just, is a FCS or D1 level. And if you're getting a kid out of high school, actually, a couple of years ago, I lost my top receiver to Louisville, University of Louisville, Antonio Meeks.
Yeah.
Came in as a true freshman, balled out, and then his sophomore year, balled out again. And then, like I say, I couldn't match what Louisville was given. You understand that? And I told him, I say, hey, that's what they made it for, the transfer portal. And hey, that's what they made it for. Just go ahead and see what they offering. And hey, I'm happy for you, but I hate to lose you. And if you want to come back, you can come back. But the thing is,
Aaron, don't
like,
give me that coach. Don't give me that coach talk, Aaron. Don't give me that coach talk.
I can't.
I get it.
Yeah, but it's hard to just try to think about you gotta adapt and understand what's going on. Like I say, in
real time. Yeah,
and like you say, back then when Tuskegee was dominant, we still are setting to that standard, but the playing field is a little different now. Like I say, in recruiting, and you got schools with NIL deals, and it's collectives, and that's they throwing money at these kids, and the kids are really running for that. And when you go to sit down with these parents and everything in the household, the first thing they're asking is, my kid gonna get his Pell back? We're Division II school. We don't give Pell back. You see what I'm saying? We don't give Pell back. And that's the first thing the parents are asking. And I'm like, oh, come on. We are one of the top academic schools in the nation. Tuskegee is well known globally. So, the winningest HBCU in the nation. So I'm like, and you asking me about a Pell. And like I said, it's different, man. You got to restructure your roster every year, and it's the times right now is hard.
I get it, and it is because we face the same thing. I'm just a level up from you. Matter of fact, we had a kid that left your program, came to our program, ended up. I think did he end up coming back to you?
No, he didn't.
Okay, but he ended up leaving us. But when you talk about like your receiver, and this is the thing that frustrates me, and then this is the thing that gets, coaches like myself labeled as a hater, or I'm not looking out for the best interests of the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
At one point in time in that receiver's life, football life, no one wanted him except for maybe a few. You were one of the few, right?
Mm-hmm.
You invested in him. You invested time in him. You invested a meal plan in him. You maxed out as much as you could the scholarship in him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he went from here to here from the time from what you gave him,
Yeah.
right? Now, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure he had other SIAC offers or whatever, but he chose your place.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I have a hard time with it. I get it. They're going to offer you, and I don't know what they offered him. I'm just using a number. They're going to offer you for the next 2 years. They're offering you $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
After that's done, because I can't offer you $100,000. After
No.
that's done, and you don't make it to said NFL, whatever, you've got to put yourself in position to be able to pick right up, walk across that stage at this university, graduate and move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, and what's starting to happen more now, the stories are going to start coming out. He leaves you, he goes to Louisville. He leaves Louisville next year and goes somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
There's hours being lost in this process.
Yeah.
Hours towards progress towards degree is being lost in this progress.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, when that final snap in that bowl game or whatever it is done, what do you have?
Exactly.
You have a whole nother year. But that's a whole nother soapbox. But I don't know how you can be as calm as you are. But I get it because you couldn't match it. I get it. But that speaks to, what's got to happen, I think, in the parameters from the higher ups, because these places have these whole departments that do nothing but watch Tuskegee's film.
Yeah.
Tuskegee versus so-and-so. Hey, man, they got a receiver that's jumping off the tape. And they don't even know his name. And then somebody goes and find him on Twitter, and then here we go, right?
Mm-hmm.
After you've put the work in to get him to that point.
Right.
I don't know if you have a short answer, because you can't welcome that to all of your players. You can't say, hey guys, come here. We're gonna get you better, and then we're gonna be able to send you on up the road to Auburn.
Right.
That don't make sense.
No, it don't. It don't. I mean, you can't recruit like that. You can't tell a kid that you're gonna develop him and then send him off to a Power Five or group of five or something like that. Come on, I mean group of four. You can't do that. You can't recruit like that. You
can't do it. So for me, for everybody that's listening, what's the parameters, man? What's the gates that you guys are trying to do for your kids? Because not everybody's going to have that alumni base, that collective base, to be able to pay thousands of dollars, because you're not going to keep them for hundreds. You're not keeping them for hundreds. Thousands of dollars, and then in our case, a couple grand and an apartment off campus. We don't have off-campus housing here, right? It's no secret. Everybody knows it. So they're able to come in and say, hey, Aaron James, man, look, we're going to give you $1,000. We're going to pay your off-campus housing, and just come on. You know what I mean? And then after that 6 months, that rent, that's on Aaron. That $1,000 done. We just need you for that semester trying to get over the hump. What are some of the parameters, man, that you and your staff, your university, have tried to come up with to keep the Meeks of the world from leaving as best you can?
Yeah, I mean, just sitting down with my AD, trying to get our heads, together, and just trying to come up with how could we get a deal, NIL deals or collectives, to try to keep some of these guys. And I mean, we're I guess I don't know how fast it's going to happen for us. It might be in the next year, but like I say, we trying to put some things together where we can at least, put a couple of dollars in these guys, saying pockets. to just try to keep them here with us. But like you say, I mean, right now, Division II, we are the JUCOs of the colleges right now. That's what we are. We developing these kids, and the upper levels of the worlds are coming in and get our kids. And I mean, it's got to be something put in place where if a kid leaves, I think I heard who was that mentioned something about that. If a kid leaves and go to a Power 5, hey, y'all got to put something in our program. Y'all got to give us something.
Yeah. That was a coach in our conference that said that.
Yeah.
So the coach in our conference that said that.
I mean, but it got to be it got to make sense for them to come down and grab some of our guys. It got to. It got to be an even trade some kind of way.
Because there's no way. There's no reaching up for us.
No.
There's
no, it's
up.
not. And then you look at it. If you do get a kid from, let's say, a Power 5, something is really going on for that kid to be leaving a Power 5 to dropping down to a Division II. I'm just gonna say to me, a Division II. It's something wrong with this kid. I ain't gonna say with the kid. It's something is wrong. I mean, that's
wrong with the picture.
Yeah,
something wrong with the picture. Something wrong with the picture.
And then you look around. You look around in our league, in the SIC league. You had the defensive lineman from Fort Valley. He ended up going to Purdue. Big Barney. He ended up going to Purdue. You had some other guys that's been going. Who was it? Received from Benedict. Went to Stanford, I think, something like that. Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Something crazy.
Yeah.
So we get past that, man, and then we get into just the tradition and the things that you got going on, man. And I just kind of want to talk about it because I've always heard, just never really had an opportunity to be off to actually visit the game, attend the game. But can you speak to the importance of the keeping the Red Tail Classic?
I mean, the Red Tails Classic, you got to understand. I mean, it is the word Red Tails Classic, but Red Tails first. I mean, you had those guys, the Bombers, the guys that put in the work to protect us back in the days, man, and to just have a classic name after them, and just to pay homage to them and their families, that means a lot. That means a lot, and for them to that Tuskegee is tied in to, with the Red Tails. I mean, those guys. I mean, it's second to none, man. I mean, just to go out and just play for them. For us as a university, each time that we able to play in this game, it means a lot.
So last year you played in Grambling down in the hole. For you guys, man, how important is it for you to be able to play those games up? Here we play, those up games. The risk sometimes outweighs the reward for us. But for you guys, just speaking to the Grambling game, how important was that for your program?
It was good for the program and I guess the history of the game. We didn't play, Tuskegee and Grambling didn't play for I think over 25 or 30 years or something like that. But just to have them two match up last year, with us playing, we hung in the game for a minute. But like I said, playing up now, but back in the days, it was almost an even match.
Yes.
It was an even match back in the days because we always played the Alabama A&Ms, the Alabama States, and, just looking at the win-loss columns, Tuskegee is,
right there.
We did our thing.
Right
so
there.
now, like I said, it's different now. It's different. There, like I say, the FCS and the SWAC, you're able to get drop-down Power 5 guys, and the same deal we only get 36 scholarships. And I think FCS is like what, 60, was it 63? 60,
now
65?
if you opted in to the deal, now that can go.
Yeah, it can go up now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now, I mean, it's not you're not playing on the even field. But the thing is, you talk about the history and the, I guess, just the history of the games, the HBCU games and everything like that. I mean, it's good to play in them, but like I say, you reap the reward with what they giving us to play in those games. But like I say, you're really risking an injury here and there because you're playing against guys that's been on campus for the whole summer, and y'all are able to go out and really be on the field with those guys during the summer, which is we on our level we can't do that. So I mean, it's different, but. Do I shy down and back down from it? No, I love the competition, but in reality, it's a hit and miss with an injury here or there from one of your star players, and now you risking the injury to not having this guy for the rest of the season. So but like I say, we're not going to shut down from a good competition, a good game. We're going to fight to the end.
And saying that, and you talk about your conference, Division II, the SIAC. I got a chance to spend a season there at Stillman. Matter of fact, I'm 0-2 versus you. I don't really like that. You know what I mean? I'm 0-2 versus you. That's neither here. That's a whole other show. But I'm 0-2 versus you. But the conference itself, man, from when Stillman got out and canceled their football program, I've always kind of stayed connected to it and watching it. And it seems that more teams have kind of picked it up. When I was there, I think it was the Miles Tuskegee show. It was going to be one of them. And then you had Fort Valley.
Albany.
Albany on the other side, right? It was really a 4-team race, so to speak. Right. But now it seems it's kind of picked up, man. Just speaking to your conference's strengths and turning it around. And this is just, this is just for fun. If the MEAC came calling, who should they come calling to get first? Let me put it this way. Would your program, from what you know, would it be interested in a move with all the tradition, with all the culture, the legacy? Do you feel like Tuskegee as a whole would welcome the opportunity to be able to move up to FCS MEAC type thing?
I think it will. My AD has put a statement out there, I think last month on a podcast, and they was asking him about the move up deal, and I think Tuskegee being well known, and we travel well with fan base. I don't see no problem with us not doing well to move up in the SWAC, in the MEAC or whatever.
Yeah, and I think it would be a better fit for you guys to come to the SWAC. But a lot of chatter had been to the MEAC trying to bolster its conferences or whatever. So that talk, that chatter. So you guys wouldn't shy away from it. I know nobody would technically, or should I say verbally, say no, we don't want to do it. But that it's been discussed because, like you said, your ADs discussed it. And the rules would change, so there would be a benefit for you guys.
Yep.
With the renovations you guys have made to the stadium, how much has the tradition, the mystique of playing Tuskegee at Tuskegee, man, has that changed any with the renovations?
No, it hasn't changed. You still got the shed there. The only thing has changed is the field turf. We got field turf. We got the jumbotron. We got the field house, locker room, and all of that. That's the only thing that changed. The hill is still there. You're still able to tailgate on the inside of the stadium. So, I mean, everything is still there. The only thing with the shed, we just got a new roof on it. It's just a new roof with the TU logo sitting in the middle of it. So, I mean, that's the only thing that has changed. Everything else is the same.
So the shed is still the shed. The mystique is still the mystique.
Mm-hmm.
You had some newcomers come last year within the conference. Well, not newcomers, but guys that kind of picked it up. What's the expectation for you?
Expectation to win. That's it. Win. That's it. That's all we talk about, winning. Just getting Tuskegee back to how we used to be.
Ski.
That's the main thing. Yeah, being ski. That's the main thing. Leave no doubt. That's our motto this year. We leaving no doubt.
I got it, baby. Zach, yeah, I see you popped up, man. You ready to talk about this Mobile versus Pritchard thing?
It's
What's
all
up, Zach?
251. What's up, Coach? Man, I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
it's 251.
It's still 251. Coach, it don't matter. I mean, a legend from Mobile is a legend from Mobile. We even claimed those guys over the bridge over in Fairhope and
Over in Fairhope,
Daphne and
Daphne.
yeah. As long as you're somewhere in the Mobile area, we claim you. So there ain't
Oh, yeah.
but Coach, man, big fan. Man, super tied in down here with high school football. So I've had I played at Baker
Okay.
coming up. So I had a bunch of friends that played all across Mobile. I'm glad I have you on because coaches usually outnumbers me because he's a Florida boy and all he does is stack our show with other Florida boys.
Gotcha.
Why doesn't more college football programs recruit out of the 251, especially FCS and D2 programs? Because I think you see some of the bigger programs come down to Mobile and get, Tank Jones at St. Paul's, who's a 5-star, the Julio Jones. But why don't we see some of these elite all-state prospects out of Blunt, out of Baker, out of Murphy, out of Daphne get picked up by D2 FCS programs more often?
It comes back to the money. I mean, for a kid, as a young man growing up, you always want to picture yourself playing at a Power 5 school. I mean, that's really what it is. In the state of Alabama, the state of Alabama is Auburn or Alabama. Them the two. So you always picture yourself want to be playing on that next level, on the Power 5 level. But and the thing is now, you'll have on my level, Division II, we're able to get good quality kids out of high school now because now with this transfer portal, them FCS schools, if they're not really, recruiting you from your sophomore year or freshman year, and then now you get a guy on another Power 5 school that want to transfer, they're going to go get that transfer first, and then the high school guys are out there looking for somewhere to go. So now it still levels to it. You got your Power 5s, your group of, your group, then you got your FCS guys, and then now you got your Division II schools. So like I said, we always want to come in and be the last, deal, or either the last school and programs that the young man is looking at out of high school.
And I got to ask, and I know me and Coach Fred always talk about this question. It's a little bit of a delicate one. I know you're loyal to Tuskegee, but your name comes up a lot. Mm-hmm. Like when Alabama A&M came open, you heard your name and Coach Shade. Like those were the two names I kept hearing. Every single time a MEAC job opens, you hear Dr. Alvin Parker over at Virginia Union always come up, right? Because we're looking for the next best D2 HBCU coach to give an opportunity. Are you open to those opportunities, or are you just kind of grounded where your feet are right now?
No, I mean, it's always always open for opportunity. You always want to sit down and hear what say the next thing is going on. But I love it well, man. Like I say, I play here. I'm grounded here, and I mean Tuskegee is home for me. It's home for me. But like I'll be interested in to hearing what if another program or want to reach out and talk. But other than that, I mean, I love where I'm at.
And then we got to get down to the bottom of it, a bit more lighthearted. We saw the pictures of the shed this year. I believe it was homecoming, and we saw all these reported numbers come out. In your opinion, from the field, how many people were there?
Man,
honestly,
I mean, right now, I think the number what they got on paper is like what 47,000.
Yeah,
it had to be way over like 60,000 people in this.
Come on, man!
It had to be. It had to be. I'm talking about easy. It had to be. It had to be 60,000.
It looked like 60. I ain't even gonna lie. Now they might not have all been under the shed, but they were. They were there.
They were as close as they could possibly be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For like I said, for us to be the only stadium to be able to tailgate on the inside, I mean, that's just.
How does that work, though?
How does it work? I mean, they buy these sections. They rope their sections off, and I mean, you got the tailgate area with the RVs. And actually this past year, we ended up clearing out some more space behind the stadium for extra RVs to go ahead and, to park back in the back. But yeah, I mean, they get their sections and put their tents up, bring their grills and grills, whatever they want to cook with, grills, skillets, hot plates, anything you want, they're gonna bring it in there. And it's crazy. A couple of years ago, it was a guy in the RV. He had a hot tub out there. He had a hot tub at the RV. I'm like, man, I couldn't make that up. I'm telling you.
Watching the game,
hot tub. It's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Coach, if y'all didn't have that hill at Alcorn, you guys could set y'all stadium up similar.
Be the same way. Yeah, that'd be prime spot.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be prime real estate right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You come to Jackson this year, man. Have you guys looked at that at all up to this point?
Yeah. I mean, we know they on the schedule. TC, good friend of mine. They on the schedule, but we focusing on Winston-Salem right now. The Red Tails Classic, which is the first game. You never want to overlook a team.
True.
So but we know that they're on the schedule, and we just gotta make ends meet and just take it game by game.
Do you guys approach? My bad, Coach.
No, go ahead. No.
Do you guys approach scheduling, I guess, quote unquote, money games with FCS schools differently, given the fact that you guys have an FCS Division I opponent every single year on the schedule that's guaranteed? Do you approach it any differently?
No, we don't. No, I mean they gonna come out and line up like we line up. So we just take it. Whoever shows up, that's how we gonna take it. It don't matter if it's, like I said, we played Grambling last year, we played Alabama State last year. A couple of years ago we played Alabama A&M. So I mean, whoever comes out and whoever's on the schedule, we gonna keep it the same.
I like it. And I guess as we wait for Coach Fred to get back, there's been a big conversation about the Division II playoffs and also playing, in the Turkey Day Classic. Were you involved in any of the decision making, bringing that back? And what's your thoughts on that? Because if Tuskegee, wins that, let's just say y'all finish undefeated in a year, that affects y'all's ability to go compete for a national title. How do you, as a coach, balance that from the historic aspect and also the money making aspect compared to we still are D2 and we want to compete for the D2 national championship?
Yeah, you always want to compete for the championship. I mean, you get the opportunity to put your university and your school on the map, on the worldwide map with playing after the regular season. You always want to keep it going to try to get the go to the big dance, which is the national championship. So they had a 3-year contract, and this is the last year under the contract. So we just want to see how everything rolled after this year, after playing this Turkey Day Classic that's coming up. So we'll have to see how everything rolls from that standpoint. But we always want to showcase our talent and see how deep you want to go in the playoffs.
Is there? Yeah, we can't see you, Coach, but we can hear you. You might have to drop in. You might have to drop in and drop back out for your camera to come back on. But as we wait for Coach to come back, D2 out of conference games are big, right? Because you guys are competing for potential spots in the playoffs. If you guys decide to go that route as this contract expires, are there any D2 teams outside of your footprint possibly that you would look at as potential out of conference games or teams that you would be intrigued into playing?
Yes, I mean, we played. Well, actually, Winston-Salem, they're good powerhouse, good strong team. We played last year. We played Johnson C. Smith. They had a good running last year. And you got Virginia Union. I would like to play them as well. The CIAA, they got some good strong teams over there. They didn't turn that conference around. With some good strong athletes on that side of the ball. So I mean, that's pretty much some of the guys. And then you have your what was it up in the I forgot the name of that conference, the GLIAC. I think it's the GLIAC. You got your other schools up in in the Minnesota Mines and all of that. So yeah. I mean, it'll be good. Wingate, you got Wingates of the D2 world. But any of those schools to really just see where you're sitting at to play them early in the season, it'll be good.
Go ahead, Coach Frederick. We got you back now.
Oh man, as we get to the end of it, man, I was just letting y'all vibe 251. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all chop it up. But a question from the chat line was, Aaron, why did you never hire me? Tremaine Watson.
Come on, Tremaine. Come
That's a
on.
that's
You
a
know
real
I can't afford you.
that's a real question. That's what he
Yeah.
asked.
You know I
Uh,
can't afford you.
the Alabama backing, man. I got both of y'all here, and you talked about it. Did you when you guys played in the lab? How big a deal was that for y'all coming up as high schoolers, playing in labs, people?
Well, I guess I go first. It was big. Like I said, we played the Poway Classic every year, which is we played Williamson. I think that was the only. No, we played Murphy there as well.
Yep.
Those were the two games that I know that I played in those games at Lad. And then I played in I told you, the Mississippi Alabama All-Star game. They used to have that hosted at Lad as well. So, I mean, playing in that stadium, it's a big stadium. We played a playoff game there. We played who did we play there? Demopolis in the second round, I think. Second round of the playoff, we played Demopolis there. So, I mean, it's a big stadium. You really, as a high school, I guess, fan base, you really it's gonna eat everybody up. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you that it's a big stadium, but it's still good to play in.
Yeah. No, I mean, I only got to play there once. We played Murphy, I think my junior year there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it is, Coach. I mean, for a high school game, unless it's a massive game, like it just, Coach, I mean, it's empty in there. Like, I mean, you got to bring your own energy in that one. It's not the same as playing at your home stadium. It is different. But I mean, it was a cool experience, especially because everyone who's from Mobile up until recently grew up going to watch the Senior Bowl there, going to watch the bowl game, that GMAC Bowl, GoDaddy Bowl, whatever you want to call it. So it was cool to just be on the same field, but man, it was empty. It was a weird experience because it was almost eerily quiet where you could hear the calls from the sideline for both teams. It was
Right.
odd.
Now, did y'all play in the Crampton? Did either one of y'all play in the Crampton Bowl?
I did.
I don't
You
know.
know, that's what the Turkey Day Classic used to. Oh, you talking about high school?
Yeah.
No, I never played high school. I never played in the Crampton Bowl in high school.
Okay, because that seems like a weird stadium the way it sits down in there.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering how that actually works, and then B kind of hit you on the Turkey Day Classic and the whole nine.
Well, I played in the old lady Gray. Was that up in Birmingham, Legion Field?
Yeah.
Legion.
Yeah.
Legion.
Played in Legion Field my senior year, which is that was the first Super Six, championship. You know what I'm saying, round. That was the first year they made the Super Six. Now it's the Super 7 now because it's 7A.
Mm-hmm.
Super 6 and the Super 7. B, I'll let you close it, man, before we let him get up out of here. I promised him an hour, and I feel like if he looks at his clock and he see that it's an hour, he's just going to hit the end button. I've asked him some real tough questions about, moving up, MEAC-wise. But, again, man, I appreciate you because you're one of the few coaches that came on that will come on and talk openly. We have to get you on the lounge. The lounge is a totally different atmosphere, but again, here, man, and what we want to do is try to, with the Common Man page, is we want to try to cover more HBCU, rather it's Division II, FCS, whatever, So I'll be back again if you gonna come back again and talk after one of them tough games, win, lose, or draw kind of deal. Talk about what happens, and we just want to put the spotlight on it and anything breaking. When is media day for you guys?
Next Tuesday. On the 4th, well, actually the 14th is Community Day, Community Service Day, and then the 15th is actual Media Day.
Where are y'all at?
We in Macon. They moved it to Macon, Georgia this year.
Macon. That's interesting. Why Macon? Did they say? Because that's not a base hub.
At the Harriet Tubman is at the Harriet Tubman Museum. That's where they're having it at.
Okay, cool. Well, that was what I had, man. B, you got anything else? Let me check the chat line while, if you got anything else on it.
Oh no, man, we're good. I think we're good to go. The chat's going back and forth about the Tuskegee Jackson game. We got some Jackson people in here that are excited for that game. I think that's week 2 for them because I think they open up with Hampton this year, so that'll be 2 pretty big games to open up for Jackson.
Oh, they do.
Big time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Big time. Big time.
Yeah. Speaking of D2 transfers, man, they've got Hampton's got Isaiah Freeman at quarterback, old Lincoln quarterback who spent 2 years up in the CIAA. So that'll be a really interesting matchup for them.
Yeah, it is. It is. He was good. He was good. Actually, one of my teammates that played here with me at Tuskegee, he was the quarterback coach up there at Lincoln at the time when he was playing. So yeah, it's a good dude.
So, man, before we close it out, man, this is a part where you give people the opportunity to be able to find you, find your program, follow y'all, support, all that. So the floor is yours, Coach AJ.
Man, for y'all that don't know, Tuskegee University, located in Tuskegee, Alabama. We're 25, 30 minutes away from Montgomery, and we're 15 minutes away from Auburn. So we sit right between both of those cities. And we're an hour and 40 minutes away from Atlanta. So, and we're 2 hours and a half from the coast. So, I mean, we ain't hard to find. I'm just gonna tell you that.
The coast of what?
The Gulf Coast. What you mean?
Yeah, Mobile.
Gulf Coast. You know what it is, Port City. Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate you again, brother. And like I said, man, when we get back to football business season, definitely got to get you on. We're going to try to ramp this thing up between our other show and this show. So may end up doing this as a Division II thing. So may pull you on the week of the Jackson game, talk a little bit, go through, pick out some big games on your schedule, as well as Quinn was supposed to come on. And then, I don't know if he was just like, I don't know why everybody, all of a sudden when we become coaches, we become paranoid. Like we got top secrets to building a bomb or something. I don't know. But I appreciate you coming on and just being open, man. If you're on here, man, we got close to 300 people between the channels, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend, and run this episode back, man. You'll be able to hear Coach James talk about the possible move down the road. Ski, swag, MEAC. Yeah, I put that out there just because. And then, some other things, man. So, again, Coach, man, appreciate it. If you ain't got nothing else, man, I've held you 2 minutes over what I told you I was going to hold you.
Nah, you good. It's all love, Fred. You know that.
Been rocking for years, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Zach.
Appreciate you, man.
251. 251.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike Pouncey, former center for the Miami Dolphins. This is my brother Marquise Pouncey, former center for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What's up, everyone?
This is our new cigar line. It's called Twin P. It also matches well with our bourbon whiskey. It's called Twin P as well. So if you like to smoke cigars and like to drink whiskey, I advise you get both.